Today on OC News, India launches an attack on Pakistan, leaving behind death and disaster.
Finals are coming fast, and ASI at Cal State Fullerton is providing resources at the Pollock Library to set students up for success.
And one Titan musician makes a name for himself on social media.
All this and more on OC News.
This just now in tech news. First responder on police.
There's been a lot of collaborative efforts.
I feel blessed to be here in Fullerton.
Brought to you by the broadcast journalism students
at Cal State Fullerton. OC News starts right now.
Hello and welcome to this week's late edition of OC News. I'm Peter Gibbs.
And my name is Daniel Tinoco. Thank you for tuning in. A Cal State Fullerton baseball player allegedly assaulted another CSUF student late last week and has reportedly been suspended by the team. The incident happened at the District Lounge in the city of Orange Thursday night, May 1st. Gavin Meyer, a redshirt sophomore pitcher, allegedly punched the student unprovoked as he left the bar, knocking him out. He was taken away by an ambulance with a black eye, concussion, and laceration to the head. A police report was filed, and we've contacted Titan Athletics to confirm Myers' suspension. The athletic department just got back to us as the show began and referred us to the university's Strategic Communications Office.
Starting Wednesday, certain standard driver's licenses and other identification cards will no longer meet federal standards for people flying within the United States. After years of delays, the federal government is finally reinforcing the Real ID requirement for domestic air travel. Beginning Wednesday, travelers must show a Real ID compliant license or another accepted form of identification at airport checkpoints. The change has sent people rushing to motor vehicle offices across the country, bracing for long lines and last-minute upgrades. Without a compliant ID or alternative, passengers could be turned away at airport security.
The Redlands Unified School Board voted Tuesday night to ban transgender athletes from competing in girls' sports. Jocelyn Quirarte has a story.
Yes, I was in a line, so get over it. Your hate is that much, you don't want my voice.
Tensions ran high on April 22nd as the school board in a historic town 45 miles outside of Orange County voted 3-2 to approve a resolution prohibiting transgender athletes from participating in sports that don't correspond with their sex assigned at birth.
I've coached both girls and boys sports, and I've enjoyed the heck out of all of it. And what seemed to me to be happening was that it was very one-sided. There were a whole lot of one gender going into one realm of sports and zero of females going into male sports. And so that perception alone really dictated an unfair balance.
The move echoes similar actions recently taken by school boards in Temecula and Chino Valley. Although the Redlands District currently has no transgender athletes, critics argue that the policy invites unnecessary discrimination and could contribute to a hostile environment for the LGBTQ students.
Well, there is a difference between male and female strains biologically. I do feel sympathy for those who are still trying to find out their identity and not being able to fit into their sports as well.
While there are currently no student athletes here at Redlands Unified School District, I think it stopped all the commotion from happening right here at the City Hall, where 2 weeks ago, they banned the transgender athletes from going into girls' sports. Now, this raised a lot of concerns on whether the issue was fair and if it was even legal.
In a community like Redlands, although there are no transgender athletes enrolled, the policy has still ignited strong opinions, raising questions about who this resolution really affects and why it has passed now.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that really have some very strong opinions, and I just, again, I have it solely for numbers issues, not for social issues, I guess is where I come from.
The policy has sparked a broader conversation in Redlands about fairness, inclusion, and identity in youth sports. This is Jocelyn Quirarte reporting for OC News.
Chinese cargo ships are now docking at American ports for the first time under the weight of steep 145% tariffs, igniting a high-stakes trade standoff. Cargo at the Port of Los Angeles has dropped 35% compared to this time last year, raising red flags across the supply chain. Experts warn the slowdown could lead to inventory shortages and rising prices for American consumers. In response, the Trump administration is gearing up for its highest-level trade talks yet with Chinese officials, set to take place in Switzerland this weekend. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer will lead the negotiations, which aim to ease tensions but stop short of a sweeping trade deal.
India launched military strikes on targets in Pakistan, escalating tensions as both nations confirmed the attacks, and Pakistan claimed it has downed 5 Indian jets, pushing the rivals closer to open conflict. Pakistan's Prime Minister, following an emergency national security meeting, authorized the military to respond in self-defense and avenge civilian casualties, including children killed in the recent attacks. Pakistan claims it shot down 5 Indian fighter jets, while wreckage reportedly fell inside Indian-controlled Kashmir. India says its strikes targeted the militant group Jaish-e-Mohammed to preempt a terrorist attack, but has yet to provide evidence linking Pakistan to the April 22nd incident that killed 26 civilians. We have to go to a short commercial break, but when we return, a possible return of football to the CSUF campus. More details on that when we come back.
And later on, the always prominent issue of campus parking has another change coming in the fall. Stay with us.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. Alright, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Finals week is here, and while the pressure is on, CSUF is stepping up to help students power through. Reporter Violetta Sanchez has the story on how these resources make the week a little easier.
Thanks, guys. Finals week can be overwhelming for students. To help the Titans push through, the university is offering multiple resources that focus on wellness and success. I talked to the people behind these initiatives and the students that are benefiting from them to see what's available.
Probably the library, because that's the time I spent most of the semester too, and the fact that it's there open the 24 hours, I found it really useful. Also because it has the charging, like a lot of charging places.
So having the library be open 24/7 allows the students to just be able to have this like space where, or a working space where they're like comfortable in, and also like kind of makes them have that idea of, okay, I'm in a library, I'm going to do my homework, I'm going to study for finals, I'm going to get my grind on.
Concentrate better in like spaces like
where they see other students studying as well. Also, I like how organizations do group study events. I really like that as well. And third one is the dog therapy.
And if students have any questions about like a research paper or anything, like the librarians at the research center desk are like 100% willing to help always. So I think something for students to note is that the library is always here to help and to not hesitate to ask for help when you need it.
Whether it's extra study time or a snack to get you through your next exam, your campus is here to help. In Fullerton, Viola Sanchez with OC News. Back to you guys at the desk.
Cold, hot, warm, cold and back to warm? What is possibly next? Let's turn it over to Jonathan Mansour for our weather update.
Thank you, Daniel. The weather has been pretty everywhere recently, and that trend will continue this weekend. But first, let's start with today's weather recap. So today, we saw temperatures get to 78 degrees, and they are going to drop to as low as 58 degrees. We experienced winds up to 9 miles per hour and humidity at 43%. For early risers, they were able to catch the sunrise at 5:56 a.m. And if you are planning on watching sunset, you have some time. It is expected to set at 7:40. Now to our 5-day forecast. We have Thursday, 84 degrees. The temperature is going to start increasing, and we're going to have a low of 56 on Thursday. And then Friday and Saturday, look at that. Look at those two numbers right there, 92 and 96. It's time to go to the beach. And hey, if you're studying for finals and you want some time to just go relax, ease your mind off of it, going to the beach is not a bad idea. So I highly recommend. And then on Sunday and Monday, we kind of start seeing the temperatures go back down. 83 degrees on Sunday, should be a beautiful day. And then Monday, 72 degrees with gloomy skies. Ironic because it is finals week starting on Monday, and the mood is pretty gloomy. Now moving on to weather news around the nation. Not only is the weather wonky in Southern California, hurricanes are also expected to make an early start in the Atlantic region. If you had a trip planned in the southeastern U.S. this summer, you may want to think twice. Hurricane season usually starts on June 1st and continues until November 30th. However, forecasting models are predicting an earlier start. The Western Caribbean is expected to experience the first hurricane. When looking back, there has been only one hurricane that has been formed before June 1st in 7 of the last 10 years. The early start is in large part due to the abnormal warm waters in the Atlantic Ocean. Well, that is all I have for you, Titans. I wish you the best of luck during finals week, and remember to always check the weather app before you start your day. For the final time, I am Jonathan Mansour. Peter and Daniel, take it away.
Thank you, Jonathan. CSUF football was one of Orange County's greatest pastimes. But what if it came back? Connor Raleigh has the scoop.
All around the country, college students, alumni, and fans come together to share a singular experience: college football Saturdays. With American football being the most popular sport in the United States, it's no surprise that college football is the most profitable and popular sport in the world of college athletics. Cal State Fullerton is home to numerous Division I athletics programs, but has recently struggled with school spirit and attendance at home games. One possible solution: bringing back the football team.
Behind me is Titan Stadium, which was originally built for Cal State Fullerton's football team. The only problem? There isn't a team.
In 1992, CSUF's football team was shut down due to financial concerns, but with the current landscape of NIL deals and huge conference contracts, Cal State Fullerton has a chance to boost school spirit while making some cash at the same time.
Like, having a prominent sports program, it does matter. Like, it is cool. Like, when you, and I think even people who don't like sports now, like, when you get out of it, like, your connection to this university is sports, unless you're in a fraternity, but even then, that changes so much. Like, you want to have that connection, and you want to have reasons to go back and visit the campus.
It's no surprise that operating a football program isn't cheap, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Big schools like Ohio State paid over $4 million to play schools like Akron, Western Michigan, and Marshall at their home stadium. While Ohio State easily defeated them, the smaller school benefited financially, helping to fund their program.
Like, what if Steve Ballmer wanted to run a college football team? Like, that's always the dream. Whenever I see, like, the Clippers being relevant, you're like, man, what would somebody like Steve Ballmer be if he was, like, decided, hey, I just want to run a college football team. I want to donate money to get a college. And in Southern California, the start of a stadium is right there. Like, yeah, that would be pretty dope.
Looking back on the football program, it's interesting to think of what the team could have been if they would have just stuck it out for a few more years.
But like, if we had hung on, found some way to get some money to keep the program going, because when all these schools were leaving to go to the Western Athletic Conference, like, we could have been one of them, because it was all the football schools. And, for the Western Athletic Conference or the Mountain West or anybody, we're the LA media market. I know we're Orange County and all that stuff, but our Channel 7 is still the same Channel 7 in Granada Hills. So we were the LA media market. So we could have been an LA media team for a lower level that's not USC, UCLA, but who knows, and it was a bummer when they dropped football. Like, that was a huge bummer, and it was a huge, like.
As a school that struggles with school spirit and attendance at home games, revamping the football team could be something that fixes all of that. The ball's in your court, Cal State Fullerton. What are you going to do? Reporting from Fullerton, I'm Connor Raleigh, OC News.
As the NBA and NHL seasons come to a close, and the semester does as well, teams and colleges are looking for ways to improve in the off-season. Sports anchor Jonathan Zarate has updates on both the collegiate and professional sports worlds. Jonathan?
What's going on, everyone? It's been a busy week in the sports world here, as there's a new era beginning for Cal State Fullerton's women's basketball. John Bonner was named the 12th head coach in Titan women's basketball history. The Titans have officially named John Bonner as their new head coach. Bonner comes from Fullerton after a historic season at Cal State Dominguez Hills, where he led the Toros to a 36-2 record and a national runner-up finish, the best in program history. Over 9 seasons, Bonner compiled a 127-82 record, winning multiple conference titles and earning 2 Coach of the Year honors. Known for his focus on culture and player development, Bonner says he's ready to bring a fast-paced, defensive-first mentality to the court to build a program rooted in trust, toughness, and creativity. After nearly 3 decades on the sidelines, Greg Popovich is stepping into a new chapter and handing over the clipboard. The San Antonio Spurs officially named Popovich as president of basketball operations, a front office role overseeing the franchise's long-term strategy and player development. Popovich missed the previous season due to health concerns and named last season's interim coach Mitch Johnson as the new head coach, marking a new beginning in San Antonio. Popovich, the NBA's all-time wins leader and 5-time champion, will still be involved in shaping the team's identity, just from a different view. As one legend transitions, a new voice takes over, tasked with guiding the legendary franchise back in the winning directions. The Titans close out their midweek schedule in dominant fashion down in San Diego. Cal State Fullerton took down the Toreros 10-4 Tuesday night at Fowler Park, wrapping up their final midweek game of the season. A 7-run 4th inning blew the game open, highlighted by Andrew Kirchner's 2 hits in the inning and a clutch 2-run single from Carter Johnstone. Kirchner finished 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs, boosting his Big West leading total to 61. Chris Hernandez got the start for Fullerton, tossing 2 shutout innings in his first career start. The Titans tacked on insurance runs late to seal the win and improved to 26-22. Fullerton returned home this season to host Hawaii in its final series at Goodwin Field. That's a wrap on our final sports segment of the semester, and for some of us, our final show ever, including me. I'm Jonathan Zarate. Back to Peter and Danny at the desk.
Coming up, one of the biggest celebrity gatherings of the year takes place in New York.
And a way to de-stress by building? More details when we return.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu.
We don't have time for delays.
We don't have time for spills.
Next.
We don't have time for setbacks. Let's be real.
Getting the flu shot
helps you fight the flu.
Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Well, as you've noticed with our other anchors today, they've all been kind of dressing up, and it's in theme with the final show of the semester. So, Danny, how excited are you for graduation?
Honestly, I'm so excited to really celebrate this with my family, my friends, and just ready to enjoy my summer.
I agree. Totally on the same page with you there. With that, it's time now to get back to the news. Finding parking on campus is a challenge many Cal State Fullerton students are familiar with, especially during peak class hours. Starting next fall, there will be some changes to the way parking permits work, including when they're required and how much they cost. Our reporter, Delilah Grubaugh, has more on this development.
Thank you, Peter and Daniel. Right now, I am standing in front of the East Side parking structure, one of the largest lots on campus, and infamously known for how populated it gets during the school year. Well, students can expect to pay more to park here no matter what day it is. Starting fall 2025, Cal State Fullerton will enforce a new 24-hour parking permit policy, requiring permits not just on weekdays, but on weekends and overnights as well.
I don't know if they think I'm made of money. Like, I already come here full time, I already try working part time. Like, it's difficult to manage already. Like, the expenses are just honestly ridiculous.
This increase is just one of several new costs facing students. Last year, the CSU Board of Trustees approved a 6% annual tuition increase through 2029. And more recently, associated students at CSUF announced plans to raise the campus union fee.
I just feel bad for like my first year friends who have to go through all 4 years of price increases, but I don't think they should, especially because it's a public school, so they should be charging as low as possible.
Currently, the university has 6 different parking areas for students to utilize, but with a student body of over 43,000, finding a spot, especially during peak hours, can still be a daily challenge.
I think if they're gonna charge us for more, for a parking permit, I think they should be able to adequately have enough spaces for the students that are coming here on campus. As parking rates increase, students are left weighing the options of whether or not it's worth it to drive to campus. Maybe it's time to think outside of the lot. Maybe consider skateboarding to class if you live nearby, or even ride sharing with friends. This is Delilah Grubaugh signing off, OC News.
He's performed on stages across campus and even opened up for the 2023 spring concert. Now, musician Phoenix Hodges is sharing his journey. Alex Heitman has a story.
Thousands of students walk through the Cal State Fullerton campus every single day. One student in specific has left his footprint with music.
My name is Phoenix Wonder. I'm an artist. I've been an artist for about 2 years now. I really enjoy making music. I enjoy making R&B music for the time being. My goal with music and making music is to express myself and take the situations from my life and make them into a form where everybody can kind of relate to.
Phoenix's success did not just happen overnight. He spends countless hours in the music building on campus to perfect and craft his own music.
I feel motivated even just looking at him. Every morning, every afternoon, every night, he's working at his craft. He's songwriting, he is practicing his piano, he's practicing his guitar, he's going in the practice rooms and putting that time and work in. And in order for an artist to be successful, you have to be consistent. And that's exactly what Phoenix does, even on his worst day.
Phoenix has built a big following on social media. On Instagram, he has gained over 13,000 followers, and on TikTok, he has just surpassed 100,000 followers and over 4 million likes on his videos.
through apps like TikTok, Instagram, whatever that may be. It allows like this network of people that really haven't been accessed until, the last 5-10 years. So it's a crazy platform to be able to just connect with people and get your work and whatever you're into out there.
Phoenix live streams 5 days a week on TikTok in this practice room at Cal State Fullerton. During these live streams, he performs fun covers and some original songs.
With singing and expressing myself through music, I found that my peers are very encouraging and they're very supportive. So I find it easy and I find it to be a joy to not only make music but to show it to people that I surround myself with every day.
Stevie Wonder was the inspiration behind the start of Phoenix's music journey, hence his name, Phoenix Wonder. With his music style, you will find a lot of similarities and piano melodies that mimic Stevie Wonder's style.
I got 3 songs out right now, Phoenix Wonder on all platforms, and if you like love songs and you like being happy, give my music a listen to.
Phoenix plans to continue to release more music this summer along with his debut album, streaming on all platforms. Reporting for OC News, I'm Alex Heitman.
In the world of entertainment, the stars shine bright. Also shining bright are the eyes of our anchor, Gavin Sanders, who has the scoop on what stood out this last week. Take it away, Gavin.
Peter's not wrong. My eyes pretty shining, and so are these lights. Last Tuesday, Rockstar shocked the video game world and dropped a second GTA 6 trailer, which showed beautiful graphics and gave us a sneak peek at some of the characters. The game takes place in Vice City, which is an adaptation of Miami, Florida. We get a look at the playable characters Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos, who are a romantic couple that are also crime partners. The beloved Miami Dolphins were name changed to the Manatees, and Jason reports to the main man, Brian Heder, who is talked up as a classic drug runner from the glory days. The trailer also takes a deep dive into the city itself, with many rumors circling that there might be 2 different airports. The game has already suffered a setback in release date, which is set for May 26, 2026. Celebrities flocked to Manhattan for the 2025 Met Gala. Important people every turn wearing some of the craziest fits you've ever seen. Although I'm not a big fanatic for fashion, I'll let you in some of my favorite fits. Sydney Sweeney was seen in a sparkly black dress that took Met Gala watchers back to when Kim Novak wore the same look. She even had this one-of-a-kind loop-de-loop hairstyle. Now we go take a look at artist Sabrina Carpenter, who went with a pantless espresso look. Let's see who shows out at next year's Met Gala to top these 2 ladies with their dresses. Are there any moviegoers still out there? I just saw Warfare the other week, and man oh man, I might go and list. Here's another movie that is on my list to go see. Sinners is a movie that was released last month but has continued to gain traction and bring in the cash. Michael B. Jordan stars as a set of twin brothers, Smoke and Stack, who are World War I veterans looking for a new start in the Mississippi Delta. They return home looking to open a juke joint for the local black community. Unfortunately, the twin brothers are met with Irish vampires and Klansmen that are out for blood. The movie scored a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes and hauled in $244 million in the box office. That's it from me in entertainment. This year has been a blast, and I wouldn't have wanted to do it with any other group. Happy birthday, PG-13. Back to the handsome gentleman at the desk.
With finals right around the corner, stress for some students is at an all-time high, including myself. However, I was able to find a way to get away from all that with the help of a little building toy from Denmark.
Finals are approaching, and with it can come anxiety and stress. From writing papers, studying for final exams, it's often a scramble to meet deadlines. But there are ways to minimize and de-stress. Zenik Jancic, a CSUF business major, relaxes by following the simple building instructions of a Lego set as an outlet for his stress.
Maybe not for everybody, but at least in my experience, it's helped to have something that allows me to follow some kind of simple instruction, keeping my mind engaged, but also kind of being on autonomous mode because I'm just following a simple guideline.
Using instruction-based activities to relieve stress isn't new for the Dutch company. Back in 2019, LEGO teamed up with author Abby Hendon to promote her book, Build Your Happy, which shares 50 ways to reduce stress through LEGO building. A key focus of the book is mindfulness, helping individuals stay present and relaxed. Building LEGO sets fits into this idea, offering a calming yet mentally stimulating activity. For mental health specialist and LEGO enthusiast Luis Bustos, stimulating your brain while remaining calm is an important part of stress recovery.
And having something like LEGOs where it's laid out one by one and very directional, one helps you get this sense of being able to complete tasks and helping you de-stress with that because you're able to complete a task. It helps you get that sense of release and gratification.
When studying for final exams, it is recommended to take small breaks at specific increments in order to not overwork your brain. Studies have shown that by doing this, you're able to retain information better, which is key for finals. When taking these breaks, you can take small breaks to build small LEGO sets like this LEGO F1, or if you want to take a bigger break, you can take that time to build bigger LEGO sets like this LEGO Pyramid of Giza.
Well, first of all, when it comes to like studying and stuff, it's important for, again, to find balance and be more efficient at storing the information and retaining it and to be able to recall later, like, for example, when you're taking the exam. But you're also able to be more refreshed.
Multiple studies, including a 2020 study on building blocks published in the Journal of Health Education Teaching, found that students across the board had a positive reaction towards the building process and a decrease in negative feelings like stress and anxiety.
I think it really helps a lot with de-stressing, especially with the fact that you get to see the physical thing that you're working on. So as you're putting this thing together, you're seeing different parts of it kind of be built up. And I think it's just a good way to kind of clear your mind. It keeps it so that you're engaged, but not so engaged where you're stressing yourself out. You get to just follow these procedures, and at the end of it, you end up getting some really cool looking product.
With these negative feelings looming ahead of this final season, resetting and relaxing are like food and water, essential for getting through the hardships. Building a LEGO set can offer shelter from the storm that is finals and give students the distraction that they need. For OC News, this is Daniel Tinoco.
Oh, you caught us de-stressing right before finals.
I feel like a kid again, really.
I do. Absolutely.
Well, for some of us here at OC News, it will be the last time signing off as a Titan.
We want to say thank you to the Titan TV crew and our director Gavin Ong for helping us put together the great shows that we've had.
We also want to thank our 3 executive producers, Connor Alkaya, Jonathan Bindi, and Kyle Hankins, for providing guidance and being great at what they do.
And finally, we want to thank Professor Gail Jansen-Brisbane for being the guiding light of Comm 472. From all of us here at OC News, we leave you with this. Have a great summer and stay classy, Fullerton.